All right, so today we are starting in the chair, feet on the ground, comfortable position against the spine or against the back of the chair. Hands wherever they're comfortable. Close your eyes and just bring yourself into your body for a moment. So do that. Bring your awareness down to your feet. Notice the texture of the ground underneath them. Notice what's in contact with the ground. And then slowly tracing your awareness up through the lower leg to the knees. And then noticing where your thighs touch the chair and coming back to your hips and feeling the texture of what you're sitting on. Notice if it's hard, if it's soft. Is it warm? Is it cool? Just noticing. And then notice how the texture, the feel of what you're sitting on is different than what your feet are on. And then bringing your awareness up the spine and notice where you contact the chair, the back of the chair. And again, what do you notice? What's its texture? What's the quality of that touch? How does it differ from the other two? And then keeping your awareness on the back of the chair, feel yourself inhale. And feel yourself exhale. So using the back of the chair just for that biofeedback of where am I inhaling? Where am I exhaling? And starting to slow the breath down. And as you're slowing this breath down, begin to become aware of your spine and feel the breath move the spine. So on the inhale, you're feeling that rib cage expand. You're feeling that upper back start to straighten out a little bit. And as you exhale, you're feeling your low back flatten a little and the upper back rounds. And then keeping this awareness of the breath and the spine moving with the breath, please come to standing. Again, notice where your feet are and notice where you need to put your feet so you feel the inside and the outside edges of the toes across the knuckles and the weight in the heel. Again, feeling yourself slow down. And then with the next inhale, slowly beginning to reach the arms up just to the horizon, parallel to the ground. As you exhale, bend the elbows, pull the arms back and behind. Inhale, slowly float your arms all the way up to the sky. Feel that rib cage lifting, creating space. And then as you exhale, slowly release your arms all the way down back to a neutral spine. One free breath. And then again, inhale, arms to the horizon. As you exhale, bend the elbows, pull the arms back and in. Inhale, continue the arms reaching up toward the sky. And then exhale and releasing down. So this time adding in a heel lift, coming into a balance. So as you inhale, lift the heels just a little bit. Keep the big toes down. The arm movement's going to stay the same. As you exhale, keep the big toes down, lower the heels a little bit. As you inhale, arms reach, and you start to reach the heels up a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, slowly release down, so hopefully you're finishing your arms and your heels at the same time. Free breath. And then inhale, small lift with the heels, arms to the horizon. Exhale, bend the elbows, pull the arms back and behind. Inhale, all the way up. And then exhale, all the way down. There we go, that was a better one. Check in, see how you feel. And then go ahead and take those feet out a little bit wider than your hips. So comfortable stance here. Doesn't have to be too wide. Again, we're going to focus more on the spine today and that sense of where are your feet as we go. Excuse me. So long through the low back. So this hand's going to stay down. On inhale, the other arm's going to reach up toward the sky. Your knees bend just a little bit. And then as you exhale, I want you to reach that arm up farther and turn your head to look at the ground. As you inhale, reach that arm up, rib cage comes back to tall. Exhale, rotate the head down, let your spine lean. So the pelvis is staying still here. This is all happening in the rib cage and in the spine. We have two more. So exhale, slowly lower down. Stay long through the low back, no discomfort. One more time. Inhale, float back up, and then exhale, release this arm down. Take a breath, notice how right and left feel different. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, the other arm is sweeping up toward the sky, feel that reach. As you exhale, you're reaching that arm higher. You're letting the rib cage go sideways. Rotate your head to look down at the foot. And then inhale, that rib cage expanding pulls you back up. Exhale, rotate the head, stay long through the low back. Think about turning the ribs. Inhale, back up. So two more. So you have an anchor point right here, and you're slowly turning about that anchor point. Inhale, back up. We got one more. And then inhale back up, and the arm comes down. Check in, and step both feet together. See how you feel. Notice how the low back is, hopefully okay. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing better this time. So check in for a breath or two. And again, get those feet a comfortable distance so you feel the inside and the outside edges of the feet. You feel the weight on the big toes, the little toes, the heels. And then from here, on exhale, I want you to bend your knees and sit your hips back. So the torso is staying mostly upright. So how deep you go is entirely up to you. Shift your weight forward just a little bit. So again, you're feeling balanced between the big toe and the heel. And then hands are going to come to Anjali Mudra, so prayer position. So here. Now from here, keep this little bit of a lean. As you exhale, long through the low back, and you're going to turn your rib cage just a little bit to the right. Try to keep your head center. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rotate your rib cage a little bit to the left. Inhale back to center, and then slowly bring yourself back up. Take a free breath, find that balance, and then you're going to sit back into that chair again. So again, the knees can come forward a little bit, equal weight on the feet. Hands to Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale, keeping the head centered, helps keep the spine centered. As you exhale, go to the left first. Inhale back to center. Exhale, go to the right. Inhale back to the center. And then inhale up and down the arms. So again, just checking in and seeing how's the spine moving today. And then keeping those knees slightly bent. On inhale, arms go up. They can sweep to the sides if you prefer. With those knees slightly bent, slowly begin to release yourself down. So feeling the spine round as you go down, slowly tipping the pelvis forward. Fingertips to the ground or the hands to the shin. Inhale, slowly lengthen the back of the neck. Lift the chin up, shoulder blades are back.
As you exhale, slowly pull the ribs farther away from the hips. And again, those knees can stay bent. I want you to feel like you're getting more movement in the spine as opposed to really stretching those hamstrings. Those hamstrings will come along all on their own, but today we're really focusing on what the spine is doing. We got one more of these. So inhale up halfway. And then exhale, release down. So that's helping with posture. And then inhale, extend the spine, lift the chest, come all the way back up. And exhale, arms down to your sides. So again, check in, see how you feel. And then please bring your left foot forward. Your right leg goes back. So feet are walking distance apart. Whoa, finding that balance. Again, trying to do this and looking sideways, that's what throws me off. So I'm gonna come back to here. So notice heels are pointing mostly backward, toes mostly forward. You got maybe a little turn out on the back leg, but you're still thinking about the arch is lifting some for that stability. All right, so hands go low across the abs. I'm gonna turn to the side again. As you inhale, slowly push the breastbone forward. Stay long through the low back. As you exhale, slowly bring yourself to where you start. Again, inhale, slowly push the breastbone forward. Exhale, slowly back. Arms go up a little bit higher. So inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades in and down. Push that breastbone forward, long through the low back. Take your time with these motions. One more. And again, I may be going slower than you because I've worked on my breath capacity. As long as you are breathing, I'm really happy. All right, stepping both feet together. Check in, see how you feel. And then please step the other foot behind you, long through that low back. And again, walking distance apart. I'm not looking that way so I don't fall. Hands go low across the abs. Stay long through the low back. Abs are engaged. Inhale, gently push forward so that back heel stays into the ground. Your front knee is bending. Exhale, back to center. So as you're pushing the breastbone forward, think about you're pushing forward from here where that thumb is. And it completely changes how your spine moves. And then arms go up a little bit higher, same thing. Open up, feel the shoulder blades push down and in. That is gonna help that rib cage open up even more. We got one more. Inhale. And then exhale, press out. Step both feet together. Check in, see how you feel. And then we have one balance before we start our meditation. So all the weight's gonna go on your right foot, toe in with your left. So the meditation we're working with today is tree, so we're gonna do a little tree balance work here. So arms go low and wide. Think about staying lifted up out of the hips. The core is engaged, the ribs are dropped down, the shoulder blades are dropped down. Toe in, if you're able to, you can bring that foot to the shin. Your choice, what works for you today. Arms low and wide is more stable. As those arms come in and up, it becomes more challenging. So what do you need today? You decide. I'm going to be talking with my hands, so you do whatever you need. So long spine. So pelvis stays still. As you inhale, you're slowly opening that knee out to the side. How far can you go and keep the pelvis still so the glute is engaging? As you exhale, back to center. Again, inhale, that knee opens up. You decide where you want that foot. Exhale, back to center. Two more like this. Take your time. Feel. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. This is a little bit of a dynamic balance. It's actually a lot of a dynamic balance. You can see I'm swaying a little bit right to left. That's what you have to do to be able to maintain this position. And then slowly release the arms. Release the legs. Check in. So both legs did work. Notice what you feel. Notice how that feels in your body. Okay, and then switching to the other side. So toe in, long spine, zip. Again, you're lifted up out of this hip. Toe can stay down, toe can go on your shin, your choice. Arms serve your balance. You choose today. All right, pelvis stays still. As you inhale, you're slowly opening that knee out to the side, only as far as you can go, and maintain your balance and your pelvic neutrality. Again, inhale, the arms or the leg opens out. Woo. Happens to all of us. Inhale, the knee opens out. Exhale, back in. Inhale, the knee opens out. And exhale, back in. Bring yourself back down. And just take a moment with the feet together to notice what you feel. Notice the weight. Notice your edges. And begin to extend your awareness downward. So below your feet into whatever's right beneath them. What do you feel? And notice if you reach down, now try reaching up. So keep this grounding and this anchor. Now extend your awareness up. All right, this is the image of a tree. It's got its roots going down, but it's reaching up for the sunlight, for the air. So if you choose to stay standing for this, you're welcome to. Otherwise, bring yourself to whatever seated position or chair. So you need to have your feet on the ground for your seated position. So whatever works for you. And again, go back into that sense of feeling the feet anchor down. And then once you've got that, allow yourself to reach up. Establish a connection both ways. So feel yourself from the center starting to grow, starting to expand. And then we're going to work with the lower body first so we can get you even more anchored, which then allows you to reach even more. So go back to that sense of feeling yourself sink into the ground. Your awareness goes underneath. So for some people, this is just awareness. For some people, you feel yourself energetically sinking into the ground. So whatever works. Just being aware of what's right beneath you. And notice as you're extending your awareness down, are you going truly down or are you going down and spreading out? Or are you just spreading out on the surface? And again, there's no right, there's no wrong. This is what you're doing today. So work with the awareness that you're getting and slowly begin to work your way deeper. And again, that is whatever that means for you. So I want you to feel your awareness reaching down for the center of the earth. And notice what you encounter. So you may have different sensations, different temperatures, sound, vibration, color. Something I didn't mention. But begin to reach downward. And again, what do you notice? What do you feel? What are you aware of as you reach? And then continue taking that awareness farther down. And again, that is what it means for you. You may feel like you reached the center of the earth. You may feel like you just reached 2 inches in. You may feel like you're just reaching farther out, and that is all fine. You're establishing your grounding, you're connecting. Again, the more grounded you can get yourself, the higher you can reach. So now taking what you're feeling and allowing the energy of the earth to come into your feet. And again, notice as you invite this energy in, is there a color, a texture, a vibration, a sound? Is there something that tells you you're beginning to fill with earth energy? Allowing your feet to fill, your lower legs coming up to the knees. And as you're coming up to the knees, exploring that curve in the knees. And then how do your thighs feel? Do they feel from the bottom to the top? Or do they feel as if you were standing from the knees to the hips? And again, no right, no wrong. It just is. It is what it is today. So feeling that energy start to come into the upper leg. And then begin to fill the pelvic bowl. And as it comes into that pelvic bowl, how does it feel? Is it smooth? Is it effortless? Is it slightly rough waters? What is it? Again, no right or wrong. And then allowing yourself to fill up the abdomen. Coming up, feeling the dome of that diaphragm, and then through the diaphragm into the lung space, into the rib cage, expanding and filling outward. And noticing as you're drawing this energy of earth up, what's changing? Is it the same color that it started with at your feet? Is it the same texture, vibration, sound? Maybe it's taste. And as you reach to the armpits, what happens to that energy? How does it fill the arms? Is it a waterfall coming down and filling up the fingertips and coming up? Or does it kind of do it like a line and suddenly it's full? Again, no right, no wrong. It just is. This is what your meditation is today. It's leading you here for a reason. We don't know that reason. We don't need to. And then as you feel the arms and the shoulders coming up into the neck, filling the head, and again, noticing, is the energy changing? Is it shifting? And then as it reaches the top of your head, allowing a little hole to open at the top, coming through as if your spine was reaching upward. And it's extending that line now up and reaching upward like we were earlier. You're reaching for the sun. You're reaching for the center of the universe. You're reaching for space, the final frontier. And what happens to that energy as it reaches up? Does it go straight? Does it become a fountain coming around? And again, no right, no wrong. Our intent today is to build a tree. So with this earth energy, begin to allow your tree to manifest above you. So you're starting to see the limbs. And where do the limbs go? Creating the canopy that surrounds your personal space. And then begin to see the leaves bud out as if it was spring. As the leaves bud out, begin to feel the sun
coming down, and giving energy back to your tree. Notice as your tree fills out with branches, leaves. And then perhaps you feel a slight breeze. And you feel that blowing on your leaves. What do you notice? Do you hear the wind whispering to you? Do you feel it? Do you see it? And then keeping this image of this tree, begin to manifest yourself in that image of the tree so that you are the trunk. You have your roots below you. You have your branches and your leaves above you. You're receiving energy from below, from Mother Earth, from above, from the universe, from the sun. Feel yourself grow with energy. And then slowly bringing your hands back to your thighs. Begin to deepen your inhale. Lengthen your exhale. You've been out in your energetic body, so bringing yourself back to the physical body. Use the breath. And then with your next exhale, slowly beginning to round your spine forward a little bit. Inhale and bring yourself back up. Exhale, slowly allowing yourself to round forward even more. And then inhale, slowly bring yourself all the way back up. A couple more times, just a subtle, gentle movement. Make this as effortless as possible. And then come back to that tall sitting position. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly bring yourself back to standing. Take a few breaths here. Comfortable with those legs. Think about pressing the big toe into the ground. Lift your arches. Pull the kneecaps toward your hips. Lift your ribs away from the hips and stretch tall. And then slowly on exhale, release yourself all the way back down. And I thank you for being here today. Om Shanti. Namaste.